Hey, it's Cris Chico, and this is part 2 of my video series on how to use Facebook to find motivated sellers. If you have not watched part 1, I'm going to go ahead and include the link to part 1 in the description of this video, so you can go ahead and watch that video first and then come to this one, and then there's going to be a part number 3 right after this one. Now, this video is all about targeting. Now, when most people think about Facebook advertising and targeting, they think, well, I got to go out and find common elements or behavior or interest within a particular area that then I could target to those people. So you look at another example from another business. Let's say that I had a yoga studio, and I'm going to go ahead and I wanted to get more people into my yoga studio. So I can target both by interest and behaviors. Interest is where I say I want to target people that have shown an interest in yoga. They've liked a ton of pages about yoga. They have indicated in their profile that they're really huge yoga fans. The second targeting is behavioral. This particular individual has visited 10 websites on yoga. I also want to target those people. And so then that's the interest and that's the behavior. You can then layer on top of that the geographic region, meaning that I have a yoga studio, it's local. I'm not looking to advertise all across the United States. I'm just looking to advertise a yoga studio just in my neck of the woods. Now, the problem with real estate investing, specifically finding motivated sellers, is that a motivated seller is not going to be going through their Facebook news feed, right? And they're going to be flipping through, and if it was a yoga studio, they would be flipping through and they'd see the yoga studio and they'd be like, this is great, I love it. Motivated sellers don't do that. They're not flipping through the Facebook feed and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, look, another We Buy Houses cash guy. Oh, look, honey, look, another one. Oh, let's like that page. No, they don't do that. So interest targeting for motivated sellers is very difficult. Now, behavior targeting is where we can say, look, if a seller has visited Zillow or has visited homes.com or has visited a variety of different sites or exhibited a particular form of behavior, then I want to target those people. If you start off on that foot and you start off with the intention of, I got to figure out the brain of this motivated seller that then I can then target, what ends up happening is that then you start targeting too wide of an area because you say, well, gee, I want these type of sellers, and you know what, I want to find these people in Broward County, which is the county that I live in, and now I got this huge area, and that typically is a disaster because when you do that, then you're going to end up either having no leads or spending a lot of money per leads. So the way that I target is targeting specifically around the zip codes that you would normally send marketing to. So let's say that you wanted to send out a direct mail campaign for motivated sellers using postcards, using direct mail. The way that I recommend you do that is you're not going to go out and target the entire county. You would go out and target the specific zip codes that have the most investor activity. So in this scenario, I'm a real estate investor, I'm a wholesaler, I'm looking to buy properties, and I want to be able to find properties in areas where there's a lot of cash buyers. So I'm going to do that analysis and be able to know, okay, look, out of all the 30 plus zip codes that are in Broward County, and again, I'm using my county as an example, there are 10 zip codes that have the most investor activity. So I know that if I find a hot deal there, I can easily find another investor to help me and take this deal over, sell on my contract. And so then therefore, I'm going to be very specific with my mailings and target the people in those 10 zip codes. So that's the same approach you need to take when it comes to Facebook marketing. So you're only going to target a very small geographic region, and that's how you can get results very quickly at a very economical way within Facebook advertising. So when you're targeting a zip code, I recommend that you only use the age as another filter. So you're going to target a particular zip code, only put the age between 35 to say 65 years of age, because typically our customers are not going to be younger than that, and don't put anything else in there. Many times people see the homeowner attribute in Facebook and say, well, gee, I want to target that zip code, I want to target the age range, but I'm going to put in there that I want only homeowners. But the data that Facebook is using in order to determine if somebody's a homeowner or not, it's very So I would recommend not doing that. I would recommend only the age, target a zip code, and that's going to get you the best results. Now, on video 3, I'm going to discuss what type of ad we want to run, because it's also very important to run the right type of ad, because every single step builds on the other. I talked about video, the expectations. This video is about targeting. And now the next video is going to cover the actual ads that were run and how we run things. And so all those things together then will bring you success when it comes to Facebook advertising. Now, another way that you can target motivated sellers on Facebook is by uploading lists that you have, uploading them to Facebook. Facebook will match them in their database, and now you can show ads to those people. There's a variety of lists that you can go ahead and do that with. You can purchase and or get access to a tax delinquent list, a vacant property list, a tired landlord list. You can take your existing database of customers that you have, that maybe you've done a lot of direct mail campaigns, you have a lot of phone numbers and email addresses, and then you can upload them to Facebook so that you can also show ads to those people inside of the Facebook platform. And I'll do a future video just on that. So I always recommend that the core of your campaigns start off as the geographic campaigns, meaning around the zip codes. If I had to pick one list, I like the tax delinquent list as a list to upload to Facebook, but certainly you can upload all your lists to Facebook. Spend $15 to $20 on that campaign. What I have found is that you are going to spend more per lead on those campaigns, so you have to be prepared for that. But it's okay because you're starting off already with a very qualified, highly targeted audience. So, you know, if it costs you double to get somebody in that list to raise their hands and say, hey, I'm interested, it's okay because they're already pre-qualified. So maybe you might spend double or even triple what you would normally spend on a geographic campaign per lead. However, though, that lead might be 2 to 3 times more qualified than the geographic campaign. Now with buyers, it's a little bit different, because with buyers, we are going to still target geographically. However, it does make sense with buyers to add layers of demographic information or interest and or behavior information to then be able to really zero in on cash buyers. In that example would be making sure that your ads show up to, say, anyone who's a realtor, a real estate agent who has expressed interest in real estate investing. So there's about 10 of those that we use in an effort to then narrow down the focus in our target area, so that now we get buyers that are legitimate buyers, and we're also not showing the same ads to the sellers as well. So that's how I target specifically on Facebook, and it's how I think you should target, because we generate hundreds and hundreds of leads each and every single week using this exact methodology, and I have students also using this methodology and having tremendous results with it. And remember, if you like the video, if you like the content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up and click on the notification bell so you can be notified when the next video is uploaded.